All right, then. So we're diving into this China Telecom story, right? And I gotta say, on the surface, training AI models sounds kind of, I don't know, like technical. But you wouldn't be bringing it to me unless there was something juicier underneath, right?
Well, absolutely. This isn't just about ones and zeros, this China Telecom thing.
It's like, what?
It's like finding a hidden passage in a castle. We're talking state-sponsored AI training on their own homegrown chips.
Okay, yeah, that is way more interesting. So we're talking about China, a global superpower, throwing down the gauntlet in the tech arena, specifically AI. Why is this such a big deal? You got to bring me up to speed here.
Okay, so picture this. The US has been trying to limit China's access to advanced technology, especially those super powerful chips needed for AI. It's like trying to slow down a speeding train by taking away its coal.
Trying to keep those AI engines from chugging along.
Exactly. But this move by China Telecom, it's a huge signal. They're saying, we're not slowing down. We'll build our own tracks if we have to.
So full scheme ahead for China. And we're talking about China Telecom, which is a big player over there, right?
Huge. State-owned, massive resources. They're not some small startup. When they make a move like training these LLMs,
LLMs, right. Refresh my memory on that one. It's like large language models or something?
bingo! Think of them as the brains behind all those AI applications you hear about. They gobble up mountains of data and then can understand and generate human language. Chatbots, translation, even writing code. It's all LLMs.
Okay, so LLMs, they're the ones powering those super realistic chatbots that have been freaking everyone out.
Precisely. And the bigger the LLM, the more powerful. Which brings us to the really juicy part. One of these models China Telecom cooked up. 1 trillion parameters.
A trillion. Okay, you're losing me a bit. That sounds impressive and all, but help me understand why the number of parameters matter so much.
Think of it like this. Parameters are like the brain cells of an AI. More parameters mean more connections, more thinking power. With 1 trillion, China Telecom is suddenly in the same league as Google, OpenAI, the heavy hitters.
Okay, so they're playing in the big leagues now, going head-to-head with the giants, but with their own homegrown tech. That's where Huawei comes in, right? They're the ones making these chips.
It's highly likely. The article's a bit vague on specifics, but Huawei is a major player in this space. They've been developing their own AI chips, the Ascend series, specifically to challenge the likes of, say, NVIDIA.
NVIDIA, the big kahuna of graphics cards. Or are they more than that now?
Oh, they're definitely in the AI game now, but that's what makes this even more interesting. Huawei, they've been under those US sanctions too, remember?
Ah, okay. So it's a double whammy. Not only is China building its own advanced AI models, but they're doing it with tech that the U.S. has been trying to keep out of their hands.
Mm,
Bold move.
very bold. And it's not just Huawei. China Telecom, they're working with other domestic companies like Cambricon. They're investing heavily in their own tech ecosystem.
So it's like they're building their own little Silicon Valley over there.
Exactly. They're playing the long game, building that self-reliance. But it makes you wonder, can they really compete long-term without access to the absolute bleeding edge?
Well, that's the billion-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the article did mention a black market for those top-of-the-line NVIDIA chips. Some Chinese companies are willing to take the risk, while others are sticking with older, legal NVIDIA models. Guess it's a matter of risk tolerance, right?
Huge risk, though. Get caught using those black market chips and, well, let's just say the consequences wouldn't be pretty. But it shows the high stakes involved. This isn't just about some abstract tech race. It's about who gets to control the future of AI.
So what does this all mean for the average person, someone like me, who just uses AI but doesn't build it?
Yeah.
It's easy to get lost in all the technical details. Why should we care about chips and AI models?
Because it's about more than just gadgets and algorithms. It's about who gets to shape the future. This move by China Telecom, it's a power play. They're saying, we're not just going to be consumers of technology, we're going to be creators.
So it's about national pride, but also economic power, global influence.
Exactly. And we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg. What happens when China's trillion parameter AI starts churning out groundbreaking research, new products, innovations we haven't even dreamed of? It's a whole new world order emerging, and it's powered by AI.
Makes you wonder what the world will look like in 10, 20 years.
It's exciting and a little bit unnerving, right? But that's the thing about these deep dives. They don't give us all the answers, they just make us ask better questions.
And on that note, I think we'll leave our listeners with one final thought. What could this shift in the AI landscape mean for the future of global collaboration? Will we see a more fragmented technological world, or will this spark a new era of competition and innovation? Food for thought, everyone. Until next time.